Good morning, gentlemen. I'm happy to be with you again in this lesson. I hope everything is going on with you and enjoying your time at home, and keeping yourselves and your family safe, inshallah. And I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to take us out of this dilemma which we are invented and which we are planted in. Today's lesson, inshallah, will be going on with the theme we started before. We started collection 3, which had the theme of the individual and the society. And so far, we have completed 2 reading selections. The first one was Sung for Myself, and the second one was Growing Up Asian in America. The 2 reading selections we've already done, as well as this recent one, cover the same theme: identifying the identity, individuals trying to figure where they are. Today's lesson is a poem entitled The Soul Selects Her Own Society. The Soul Selects Her Own Society. The poet is Emily Dickinson. Emily Dickinson. Before we go on, we just need to know about Emily Dickinson. She lived from 1830 to 1886. And the main idea that attracts attention on Emily is that she was not famous while she was alive. Okay, she died at the age of 55. But when she was, when after she died, they discovered lots of her pieces. Writing pieces. After her death, her sister discovered nearly 1,800 poems Dickens had written, and these poems were released later in one book. And later, this woman was considered one of the America's greatest poets. But okay, the soul selects her own society. What can you notice about the title before going on? Yeah, it looks like it's not a title because it is the first line of the poem. The soul selects her own society. You're totally right. This is one of the features of Emily Dickinson's poetry. She never uses a title. The first line each poem works at the title. Let's read the whole text and then discuss it quickly. The soul selects her own society, then shuts the door to her divine majority, prison no more. Unmoved, she notes the chariots pausing at her gate, at her low gate. Unmoved, an emperor be kneeling upon her mat. I have known heir from an ample nation, choose one, then clothe the valves of her attention like stone. Okay, so we have here 3 stanzas. All stanzas are the same, they have the same number of lines, 4 lines each one. Um, the idea is clear, which is so obvious also in the title. The soul selects her own society. The soul here refers to the identity of everyone. It refers to the individual. How you, as a person, try to figure out those who belong to you or the gathering around you. Every one of us is attached to those who are in match with him, those who fit. So the soul selects her own society. The speaker uses the soul here as a person or as an identity that can have the chance to select, and gives here the choice, the word here to give here that to give us a feeling that she's vivid and she's alive, her own society using for people. The soul selects her own society, then shuts the door. Shut the door indication that we only select those who we match with, not everyone. The world around us is full of grasshoppers, but few pill crickets. To her divine majority, present no more. Even if there were lots of people around, you are going on well only with those who match you. And this persistence is showed in stanza 2, unmoved, referring to the soul, to the identity, to the individual choice. Unmoved, so fixed, so stable. She notes the chariots. Now here we can read a situation in which this soul has a house, and this house, at the front of the gate of this house, cars and vehicles and whatever, brings important people. Emperor. And what is the emperor doing? He's kneeling. He's asking for friendship. He's asking to be one of the kinsmen, one of the relatives. However, no, no response. Unmoved. This shows how the soul could be stubborn. Yes. And then the last stanza makes the idea more clearer when it gives us a situation that from all the people around us, from all the vast and plentiful people or the nation around us, we select one. Which one? The one that matches. And then what happens later? Again, close the valves of her attention. No. She neglects anyone that comes later, neglects anyone. And in this, again, it's hard, it's stubborn, it's stone, like stone. So shuts the door and close the valves. What do these two phrases indicate? Indicates again how stubborn the soul is, and how we as characters or as individuals or personalities resistant to those who are not appealing to us. On the other side, we select the one who matches. On what basis? It differs from person to person. Okay, so here, if you noted that, we may find some kind of rhyme, but the rhyme is not the same in all the stanzas. Society, A, door, B, majority, A, more, B, so A, B, A, B. This is stanza 1. Stanza 2, posing, kneeling, yeah, A and A, but gate and mat, half a stanza. The stanza is not, sorry, half rhyme. Posing, kneeling, it's A, but gate and mat, half rhyme. The rhyme is not complete. Again, nation, attention, one stone. Again, half rhyme. Again, this is one of the features of Dickens' style of writing. Even even if you think that we have a rhyme, the rhyme is interrupted by the dashes. Society dash. The dash gives us the idea to stop. And even here, we can find another feature of Dickens' writing, which is, look at here, then. It's one word. Then move here. Unmoved, one word. Pausing, unmoved, then. So, um, the lack of using, a title, the lack of a clear and consistent rhyme, using individual words. So these were related to syntax and the rhyme are some of the features of Dickens' style. So now I think the poem is clear here. We can find some kind of figurative language in the first stanza and the next stanza also in the third stanza. Close the valves and shuts the door. Together, we're going to read some questions based on this poem and then discuss it together. Yes. So the soul selects her own society is one of Dickens' own poems in which she explores inner needs and self-reliance. And in fact, these poems are about identity and self-analysis again. There is a theme, and the theme is that selection, of course, selection. Look at this question. Infer the factor that may have influenced Dickens' perspectives, ideas, and themes based on her background. Dickens would probably have been influenced by the people that she socialized with her early years. The literature of her father encouraged her to read, and the news of the current events of her time. Those factors would have shaped her views and the methods she wanted to communicate about people. Okay, then the topic. The topic is clear. We're talking about the soul. Analyze the poem to determine the topic. The poem's title and the first line. The soul, or inner part of the individual, chooses to spend time with. Question 2. What does the message of the poem seem to be? That the soul is stubbornly selective about whom she chooses to socialize with. Great. Do we have evidence for this? Yes. We have the image of the soul shutting the door. That's in line 2. And keeping it shut, even when chariots and an emperor wait outside her door. Lines 5 to 8. Great. This is stanza 2. And then we find throughout the poem we have a kind of assembly. Reread the last two lines of the poem to identify the simile. Close the valves, yes, of her attention, like stone. This is simile using like or as. Explain the comparison. The mechanism that closes the soul off to others is being compared to a stone. Now, the stone is hard, and when she closes the valves, when she shuts the valves, it's done. It's done. Again, the idea of being stubborn and selective. How does this support the theme identified? Stone is very hard. Comparing the soul to a stone suggests hardness and solidity. The simile supported the idea that the soul is stubborn. To end, the soul selects. The soul selects. I mean, it's her own society. Displays a classic trademark of Dickens' poem. That's to say, unusual syntax, including dashes. Yes, we saw many dashes. Single words. We saw many words. Slant rhyme. The rhyme is not complete. And no title. Back to the text again. Yes, no title because this is the first. This is the first line of the story of the poem. Then we have dashes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, more than 15, more than 10 dashes, and also single words. Then unmoved, pausing, unmoved, then. Um, as well as using the figurative language, the comparison here between the soul and the stone. Um, by this, we come to the end of this class. I hope you enjoyed it. You have enjoyed it, and please remember to do your homework. Thank you and goodbye.